In this session, we will talk about some of the basics in object-oriented programming. Now, in order to understand those basics, let's think of system development. When we develop a system in real life, we cannot develop the whole system once. We have to decompose the system into some subsystems, all small parts. Then we build each part individually, and at the end, we compose those parts in order to build the whole system. Now, this is the main concept here, is how to think of the system as subsystems or parts. There are two ways. First way is to think of the system as functions, and this is what we call it functional oriented design. So we think of the system as functions that are interacted with each other in order to provide the whole functionalities of the system. Let's take example here. Banking system. If we think of the banking system as functions, then we can think of the following functions. Open an account and deposit money to the account, withdraw money from the account. On the other hand, object-oriented design means to think of the system as objects that are interacted with each other in order to provide the whole functionality of the system. Again, let's think of the banking system. If we think of the banking system as object-oriented design, then we can think of the object account. Now, the object means it has properties or attributes and it has operation. If we think of the account as object, then we can say it has balance as one attribute and it has two main operations, which are deposit and withdraw. Implementing object-oriented design using programming language means writing classes. You can think of a class in object-oriented programming language as a blueprint or as a template that is used to create objects. You can also think of the class as a definition. It's like the relation between the class and the object, exactly like the relation between the variable and data type. But the difference that the class contains methods and properties. Now let's use count bank as an example of how to write a class. So if we think of the account as a class, then we can think of the following properties for the account: account number, customer name, and the balance. All of them called properties or fields, and when we implement them, we call them also instant variables. Now the operation with the account, we can think of two main operations: withdraw and deposit. The operations and the data together in the class introduce the concept of encapsulation.